back to the show. We're still talking about the kind of jobs that we do here in Canada. Guys, have you guys noticed like there's this way we look at certain jobs, people that do a certain job here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's time people know that this certain, look, let's say back home in Nigeria, if you're a plumber, you're a mechanic, people look down on you. But my brother, my sister, if you get here, I want you to know that
Correct
you should
money.
do those jobs because
I think you're not saying it loud enough.
because that is where the money is.
Plumbers,
So,
like handiwork.
yeah, you know, so these are things that, back home in Nigeria, we just regard them as, and I think it's because of the way it is in Nigeria. You know,
Yeah,
anybody could just be
yeah.
a mechanic. But here, you
have to
go
go to
through, you
school.
go through
Yeah.
school, you go
Yeah,
through
you go through
something,
school, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're one of those, you have those handwork, even making hair. When you get
Oh,
here,
they make money.
when you get here, please embrace it. Don't worry about
No,
doctors
when they come
and
here,
nurses.
they will embrace it. Because even my parents these days look at it sometimes because, we call people to fix this. and
Yeah,
that.
and they're like 10 minutes, and then you're charged like $90, and you're like,
yeah, no, my parents are like,
I know, right?
my mom is always complaining, like she doesn't like it when we break things. Guys, they're gonna take my money, and she's so upset. And it's like, and they always think about it like,
then if it's weekend, oh, you pay, is it triple?
yeah,
Guys, please, they make a lot of money. Like,
they do.
They do.
Don't
Truck
look down on those
driving.
things.
Even bus driving, if you say you're a bus driver back home in Nigeria,
there's
it's
no
like,
respect.
hey, what's
They're
that?
nothing. Yeah, they
You
don't
know,
look
but
down.
Yeah.
they pay them well, like really well, even more than the so-called 9-to-5 jobs that we're running after.
yes, even,
So I
even
think
truck drivers.
It's the education. People are not aware sometimes.
yeah, so we're putting it
Yeah.
out there. Even truck drivers, they make good money.
Plumbers,
Plumbers,
really good ones. Yeah.
Do you know how people talk to welders back home? The welders here make
Yeah,
good
yeah.
money. They make,
Mechanics, yeah.
they make good.
Yeah.
They make good money. So this is that thing. Instead of getting stuck up in something, everybody's doing that you're doing.
Yeah.
You can also try those things. The mentality of thinking like, oh, a welder will be. Nobody in Canada here that is a Nigerian that will berate a welder. No.
No.
A plumber, no, because we know the real thing.
Yeah, we know.
No, a bus driver, no. A taxi driver, no, because we know you earn, good money. So those are the part of the work that is good to explore. So let's quickly go to talking about the work culture here. Food.
Food?
Language, yes. Nigeria has got very, our food, should I use smell or sense? I know, okay, it's always having a name for it. She calls it aroma. When I say smell, she's like, no, Amara, it's aroma.
It's aroma. What are you talking about? You mean when I make okporoko is smelly? It's aroma. What are you saying?
But our food is very strong in smell.
Yeah.
We use a lot of
But really,
spice.
is it?
Our food
I've
is
seen some
spicy and
other-
tasty, and
But how do we actually manage that at work?
They're not going to eat it now. They're just-
it's what you want to eat. So am I going to say, because I feel this is what I have prepared for lunch, and then I'm like, I don't know if people. I'm eating in the lunchroom.
That's
If
the
you
word.
if you
Eat
have
in
a
the
problem with
lunchroom.
me eating in the lunchroom, then it's not me. It is you. So I will eat my food, and that's just
Yeah,
it.
I think most organizations will not say you shouldn't
Yeah.
bring because it's
Doesn't-
all
doesn't
part of the
make sense.
diversity. It's
Yeah,
part of who you are.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
As
part
long
of the
as you're not
diversity.
eating it in the wrong place.
Yeah. And who knows? They might actually, be curious about it.
Yeah,
They
when,
might invite them.
when I was doing my co-op, I remember I'll take some a type of food. Our jollof rice is beautiful to behold. But sometimes the pepper in the rice, can cover the whole room. And they'll be like, oh, that smells good. What are you having? And that's how people go like, oh, jollof rice, jollof rice, jollof rice, jollof. And I'll be like, oh, you care to join me? Stuff like that. But sometimes I used to have like a guilty conscience whenever I take food, some certain kind of food. And then, after you microwave the
smell.
food, the smell, I'm like, oh my God, this smells really bad. Not like I stop. I still because it's what I have planned, but I just sometimes feel.
But then you smell other people's own, like
Yeah.
other people have spicy
I
also
do.
that
Very spicy too sometimes.
we
I do.
find strange.
So I think
don't
what I do is
it's
to ensure
wrong.
I don't eat workplace. Maybe I could eat stuff that don't have strong smell on my decks. But when I need to eat those,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, we'll call it the aroma food.
the flavor, you know.
Yeah.
I take it too. How about speaking the language, like speaking your Nigerian language? You know, when you have a fellow Nigerian or speaking pidgin English at work.
On breaks, yes, absolutely. If you're on break, do that. But if you're in a work environment, no. You stick to English.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not because of just respect for every other person, right? Respect for your colleagues. You just don't want to be speaking, you know, as a Nigerian, I speak pidgin with every Nigerian. You don't want to be speaking pidgin. I'm like, oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? You know. But if you're on, you know, breaks, you know, lunch break, yeah, absolutely.
Do your parents speak Yoruba to you at work?
Oh, yes.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They do. Well, my mom does. My dad doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why. No, okay, maybe when he's asking me to do something, like when I need to get him water, they'll say it in Yoruba, but like my mom, no. Like every now and again, she'll just speak to me.
So like I know you, when you worked a certain place, right, you had like Nigerians that I know about. That Did you guys get to speak Yoruba or speak pidgin English or something?
No.
Even the break times?
Nothing. Wow.
Because the thing is, most of us, we didn't go out for lunch.
Oh.
Like maybe if we went out or, you know, something, then that could have been a possibility. But then we're still having lunch within the office. So, and sometimes there are other people around as well.
Oh, okay.
And you don't want it to look at, okay, so what they're talking
I
and they're
honestly
laughing.
don't think it's a wrong idea to speak your language at work, but during work time, particularly discussing work-related issues.
Exactly.
That's how I perceive it. I'm like, I should feel free to be able to talk to Folake in a language if we're just talking of something not work-related. But it's courtesy not to make the other person feel left out. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Because how do they know that it's not work related?
Yeah. Who is going to tell the person next to you that, oh, I and Folake, we're not talking about work.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know. The only time I can say speak Igbo or Pidgin to someone else is, say, a client, and they are finding it hard to communicate in English.
Oh,
or they're
yeah.
finding
That's
it hard to
allowed,
communicate
yeah.
with
Definitely.
someone else in
Yeah.
English. You know, so I can step in and say, oh, what do you understand? Pidgin? Okay. Then I speak Pidgin, or do you understand Igbo? Sometimes they say, oh, I speak Yoruba more, and then I understand Yoruba, so I translate, and I become the middleman. So that's the only time I can
that's fair enough. But
do that.
speaking it and making the other person feel uncomfortable, I don't think it's a good work ethic.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think we should actually try. Speak English, but speak your language during break if you want to.
Yeah.
If you're out on lunch, if you're out on breaks, you know, enjoy. Speak away. I would say. So what do you have to say about the work culture you noticed here? You know, pressure to work is different. I know people will say certain jobs that, you know, the pressure is much, but there's something I call healthy pressure. Like in Nigeria, when the same kind of work, when you compare the pressure, the effect of the pressure, I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm speaking for myself, because I know people will say, oh, you haven't been in my work, don't say that, you know. Speaking for myself, you know, the manager will still find a way to say what they want from you in a very polite way, even if they mean that you're not doing well. You know, manager wants you to do better, but they say it in a very good way. But in Nigeria, manager can call you out like, blah. No, plus the pressure of work. That's just, for me, that's the first thing, the difference. The work culture is totally, what do you guys think?
So I don't want to call it like, you know, work pressure. I'm just going to say it's more like, you know, when they're evaluating you, your work ethics, you know, your performance and all that. And it's not just to, you know, call you out or make it seem like you're not working enough. Because at the end of the day, if everyone is collecting bonus, you don't want to be the one left out. You know, so you having those evaluations, you know, performance evaluations with your managers, you know, help you to understand where you need to focus more and where you need to work on more. I didn't work in Nigeria, but I know I know how it is back home in Nigeria. I know they are not. They don't take it kindly. I know they don't take it kindly.
There are times to be at the office till 8. Nobody's paying you overtime. There's pressure. Yeah.
You know, if you're going to work here overtime, then you know you're going to get paid, right?
Canada is definitely worker friendly. Like they look after their workers. Like,
not to say there are no crazy situations or scenarios out there, but
there will always be. There's always exception to it.
Yeah. So how about dressing? Time management. I'm just to list it out for you guys. Like the difference that I noticed.
Here, I find it's really low.
Yes.
Nigeria, I'm used like when we're going to work. Oh my God,
You dress to work.
I'm not really a fashionable person, but my office people would come dressed like it's Saturday night or something. Like we're always very well dressed. But here you just go jeans and just a shirt and that's it.
My previous job, I had one of my managers during the training section, and it's like 3 months into the training period, and she said, "Okay, I've noticed you've never repeated an outfit before." And I'm like, "Wait, really? How did you've been watching?" She said, "Yes, you've never repeated an outfit."
Wow.
So are you trying to tell me you have a lot of outfits? I'm like, well, I think that's just Nigerian.
In Nigeria,
that's
when you're going to work, man.
We take work very
Seriously.
very serious. So
We have work clothes, we have church clothes, we have
and
party
then we know how
clothes,
to
we have
combine clothes. So it may seem like I'm not repeating outfits, but it's just that
different.
I'm changing.
Well, okay, you're in different pedestal with that one.
In a class of our own.
You're in class of your own.
That Nigerian gene got lost in me. Every job I've ever had, uniform, and bless it because I have no clothes. Like you guys have seen my clothes.
No, I think it got lost in you because it's affected me too. Like when I was moving here, I had like lots of work clothes. Those turkey clothes then, where you wear those turkey clothes, TM shirts to work, wear the very high heels even though they were uncomfortable. And then by the end of work, you hang the thing and wear your slippers and then you're walking like this.
And Tiawa, I'm really surprised you got lost in you because your
Your
mom
mom
is
dresses well.
Oh my God.
I've been told this multiple times.
Really good.
Okay. This is how it works.
She
for
still
me.
has the Nigerian high, guys.
It's there when I put effort, but most of the time I don't want to put efforts. I just don't. Because like first and foremost, where am I going? Like I'm going to
You're
work.
going to
Who am I?
work.
It doesn't matter.
You see the mentality, who am I going to look good for? But in Nigeria, man, you just dress very well.
Like you find our mothers dressed to the nines to sit in their living room.
You're telling me, my mom, you guys always saying how my mom looks good. She looks good at home too, and I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Like me and my sweater, my sweatpants, and she's just looking so. I'm just like,
no,
where
you
am I
have
going?
in Nigeria, you have, but here, you just dress. So when I first got a job, though it was retail, I was wearing dress pants, and then I go to work, I saw my manager on, I'm like, okay. And then I saw other people, I'm like, okay. The next day, it was still dress pants, I was still forming. Man, by the next week, jeans and t-shirts, we're down to, loafers, we're down to just pair of jeans and t-shirts, and then with my glasses looking like a nerd, I'm like, so this is the thing, and it has eaten deep into me. When I'm going to work, I'm just, all right, come on, just wear this, and then move. Let's talk about the differences in the work culture and the similarities.
Oh.
So then let me just say something that just came to my mind. In Nigeria, from work, you usually have like friends that turn, family friends.
Family.
Is that the case? Yes.
Yes.
Where else would you make friends from?
oh, that's a good
Usually
question.
work, right?
Yes.
But is that the case for us here?
No.
I don't think so.
I would say yes.
Yes, for me.
Yes,
I have
because
very
I have
good
a friend
friends
that I met,
Yeah.
at work. My previous job, we started together, and she's amazing. She's family. Her family is my family. I'm their daughter. So yeah, for me it worked out well. And again, it's depend on vibe. If I vibe with you.
Yeah, it depends on your personality too.
It depends on your
But
personality.
it's
If I
still
vibe
not
with
as
you.
common as you would find it back home.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
People
It's not
just
as
tend to
common.
have we
I
just
have a
talk
couple
work.
of people too, but it's not like in Nigeria. Like,
Yeah. We
It's-
just talk
it's
work.
different, yeah.
We talk about work, and after everybody goes home, nobody talks during the weekends. And then when you come back on Monday, you continue
Yeah.
that. So what are the differences and the similarities, guys?
Well, we'll talk about official car. That's
Official car.
That's something
Yes.
in Nigeria.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
driver
yeah.
too.
You get a driver.
You get
an
it. The
official
company gets
car.
you.
Yeah.
In Nigeria,
Yes.
you get a driver from your
Yes.
job.
Yes. You get a car.
Maybe I should consider
Brand new car tower. Brand new car.
Yes.
And a driver.
And they change it maybe every 5 years or
Yeah,
something.
sometimes 2 or sometimes 3 years,
Yeah.
depending on the new upgrades in town. Yes, you do.
get
But I don't
official
think you
camera
have that here.
driver.
And 13th month, I missed, like it's my first December here. That was the first thing I missed. I was like,
But
oh
if
God.
you're getting paid
If
bi-weekly,
it
you know
was-
there is 2 months
Okay,
in a
it's not
year.
the same
Okay, it's
thing.
not the same
It's
thing.
not the same
You know,
thing.
at 13th month
It's not
during
the same
December, I think
thing.
the second week in December,
Yeah,
then you get paid
you
your
get
full
that.
salary.
Yes.
And then at the end of the month, you get
not
paid your I miss that
salary
too.
again. No, that is
I
different.
loved that.
It's different.
I know Gates Defense is there are 2 months in the year where you get
Yeah,
paid 3
it's
times.
still- I mean, if
but the
you're
money
paid
doesn't
bi-weekly,
come
yes,
bulk, okay. The money-
No.
Okay, the money is not in bulk. I like that, 13th month when you're here. Then I like the Christmas period where people bring food,
Yeah.
bag of rice,
Hampers.
oils, wrappers during Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they
Oh,
do
you
that.
guys
They don't
were
do that here.
enjoying.
But I think what they used to replace that would be the potluck.
Okay.
Yeah, they
okay.
do lots of potlucks.
That's
They
true.
do lots of,
Yeah, we
eating
do
together
that.
during lunch, baking, taking soups and
Yeah.
all that. They
Yeah,
do.
they do that.
And another thing that I noticed, in Nigeria, when we do, especially for bigger organizations, when you do team building, like it's like you're having an event, like it's a
Yes,
party.
yes.
But here it's very, very
team building
formal.
is like
We're
we're about to turn up.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Yes.
It's a team building in a party.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
sometimes we
We
even
go to
buy-
resorts.
we do customized T-shirts and everything. Oh,
It's like they're about to turn up.
That's the party people in us.
Yeah.
Okay, vacation, guys. I never used to take vacation that much. Like when I got here, there was one of my jobs. I know my manager had to call me, sat me down, and that his manager called his attention that I am overworking. Like I am, and I'm like, overworking in what way? I don't even do overtime that much, I do only when maybe, and that was my call center job, right? So I do that only maybe I have a call that extends through my work. Yeah, I don't intentionally stay for overtime. I just want to go home, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, you don't take vacation. You don't take vacation, Amarachi. You don't. I'm like, but he was like, this is 6 months of your job and you haven't even gone for any vacation. For this role, you were expected to cool off. You were expected to take some time off. And I'm like, whoever asked me that question back home?
in Nigeria,
I don't
you
know.
have to negotiate to even get like it's your
Vacation time, but they'll tell you, can you
but
move it?
You can't go.
Yeah.
If your boss says you can't go, you can't go.
Yeah, you can't go.
And there's always work.
Yeah, there's always work.
There's always work.
There's always work. Coffee culture. That was very big and different for me.
15 minutes coffee break. That's
Okay, at first, did you start to go for coffee?
I don't take coffee, so I never went for coffee.
Really?
No.
Well, I know there's this thing they usually would say that,
But I take the breaks though.
wait,
take
like,
the
do you
breaks,
go
yeah.
for coffee with your colleagues?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Well, it was part of what they taught us when I did those
Nobody
integration
taught me
courses.
that. I felt it.
That it's like saying I'm not part of you when you don't go with them.
Nobody
I don't take coffee,
Nobody
so-
taught me that. I felt it.
I'm not
I felt
much of a
it.
coffee person, but I go just for the conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Usually
just
during
yeah,
coffee, do we have small breaks like that at work? It's usually lunch break and then
Yeah, I take
sometimes
just
lunch
yes,
break.
I do that for
sometimes
lunch
yeah,
break
lunch
with my
break and then
colleagues,
those
but
distinct
coffee,
times
no.
where if you don't have much to do, you just come around.
Yeah.
So when I would not go for coffee, it came off like you were not accepting the team yet. You're not being open. You don't want them to meet you.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
that was the vibe I got. And then when I started going for coffee, even if you don't want to drink coffee, just go hang
go,
out.
yeah.
Talk about those things about your husband, your wife, your kids, work. Most of them don't even talk work related stuff. Just talk
Yeah.
about stuff to
Yeah.
breathe in fresh air. Yeah, it's not something that we do back home, but it's very big here.
I mean, it's important to at least get to kind of know your colleagues. Like, it can't always be about work.
Yeah. So I think it's good to go for coffee, even if you're not taking coffee. Just
Yeah.
go hang out. Not all the time. Like, I don't do it all the time. Like, when I was pregnant, I barely went anywhere. It was just, man, I don't know. I don't care, but I just want to sleep. So, yeah, if you've got time, it's also good to actually go for coffee. Guys, we have come to the end of this session. I wish we could go on.
I know.
I just wish we could go on. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today's episode. I hope you did enjoy the episode. Let us know what, the differences in the work culture in the country you migrated from. Let us know what's changed for you and how you're actually managing them on our social media platform. Until we see you again on our next episode, do take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.